Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol. Now then, it is a beautiful sunny morning. We're in lockdown again, so that means only one thing. It's time for another dog walk. But the first thing we need to do is find some pups. And I think we found one. Do you reckon, dude, should we go for a walk? I think someone's a little bit excited. Come on then. Yeah, really? Where's your sister? There's the other one. Yeah. Come on. I think someone's a little bit excited. Come on, come on, let's go. Come on. Go. Shush. Come here, mate. Come here. Sit. Sit down. Sit down. No, sit down. Just keep calm and carry on. Keep calm. Sadly, a Stelvio quadrifolio goes back to alpha today, but let's go and do a dog walk. You having a good sniff? Now, when the UK went into its first lockdown in March, and I announced that I was bravely going to do a vlog every day, the COVID-19 daily vlog, I honestly believed that that lockdown would last maybe 3 or 4 weeks. And although the virus was a really bad threat, I think most of us thought that we'd have it under control and it would be out of the way by, I don't know, the end of the summer. And here we are in November in a second UK lockdown, and many of you are watching across Europe. We've got different countries in similar states of restrictions, and I don't think any of us really thought it would be that bad. My current feeling now is I think we're going to have restrictions and challenges for, I think, at least another 6-9 months, maybe as much as a year. Even though we've got promises of a vaccine on the horizon, you know, there's one thing when it's actually available, but then you've then got to get enough people to have it to really make it effective. So I think we've got some challenges going forward for quite some time. But the purpose of this video today is not really to delve into that. The surprise for me from COVID-19 was the love and affection that everyone had for the dog walk videos. I just didn't see it coming at all. So I thought I'd do one. It's been a while since I've done one. It is a beautiful sunny morning. I thought we'd take a walk up to Kingley Vale and just have a chat. I thought you might like to know a little bit about what's been happening on the channel since the last dog walk, and what my thoughts are going forward. We've got some really exciting things ahead of us as a channel and some big challenges as well. So let's take a lovely walk with the pups and just talk about how things are going to be going forward for Petrol and the peddlers. Come on, slow coach. Now, I guess the first thing we should probably have a chat about is the milestone that the channel hit last week. 80,000 subscribers. I hit 60,000 subscribers during lockdown, and these numbers, I still find it incredible. I don't have to get that many more, and I could probably fill Wembley Stadium at capacity, and that for me is when I visualize what that looks like, it's nuts, really. And that's amazing, and I've had a really great couple of weeks. But what you probably don't see is, for me, I've also, since we've kind of got back to the norm and got back to reviewing cars, is you probably don't see my frustration or worries about how the channel's doing. I've got out there, I've driven some amazing cars. I hope that you think I've created some great videos, and I know that my core following, you core peddlers, watch and consume and comment and enjoy and share those videos, and it means everything to me. However, I also need to expand the audience and and I found that my growth on the channel really slowed down. It's one of these things, YouTubers, we probably shouldn't look at it as much as we do, but you can go onto your back-end system called the Creator Studio and look at, you know, your growth in terms of how many subscribers you're growing, how many views you're getting, what your engagement's like, and it's almost like a drug. You end up going on there and seeing, and then there's also a tool that we often use called Social Blade, which gives you your daily growth. And you go on there, and when you see things going up, that's always gives you this incredible motivation when you see your growth figures going up. And at one point I was growing at, I don't know, 220 subscribers a month, sorry, a day, and then suddenly, sorry, I think she's spotted a pheasant. You can probably just hear it over there somewhere. That happens a lot around here, living on a shoot. But then when that growth starts to slow, and it gets to 100 subscribers a day, and then it dips below 100, and then it got to only 50 subscribers a day, you start to question what you're doing. You start to think about, you know, why is it not doing well? Why am I not growing? Why am I not getting the views? I'm doing all these cool cars, and you start to question YouTube algorithms, you start to question yourself. And I've had quite a lot of self-doubt and channel doubt over the last few months. And then all it takes is one video to do well, and the one that's done well recently was the electric Tesla powered Beetle that I filmed with Moggy from Vintage Voltage, and I had a feeling that that video would do really well, but when I made the video and uploaded it, it didn't really take off quickly. In 2 weeks it did, I don't know, 25,000 views, and you're sitting there going, this should be lighting up the internet, and it's not. And then suddenly you start to see some traction. And that video went from 25,000 views in 2 weeks to 75,000 views in 2 days. And that then suddenly snowballs everything else, and you start to see your growth numbers and your views going up and up and up. And, you know, I've grown 4,000 subscribers in the last month, whereas a couple of months ago I was growing at maybe 1,000 to 1,500 subscribers a month. And as a YouTuber, I know that makes me really start to question and challenge what I'm doing, and I know, talking to my fellow YouTubers, it's exactly the same for them. We always want to create this content that does well, but there's no magic formula on YouTube, unfortunately. If there was, I'd pot it and sell it and be a millionaire. But I'm really hoping that some of the stuff I've got coming forward, some of the plans I'm making for the short term and medium term future, are going to really ignite the channel and keep that growth coming, because that's, after all, what I want, and hopefully what you guys want as well. Come on, slow coach. Now, how beautiful is that? It is a stunning day here today. But anyway, back to more important things. I am under no illusion who the stars of the channel are. It certainly ain't me. it might well be Mrs. Petrol, but I think it's the pups. If I don't put the dogs in a video for more than a couple of weeks, I'm getting messages on Facebook and Instagram and in the comments on videos, where are the pups? So a quick pup date. They're both doing very well. We'll start with little Darcy down here. You're doing well, aren't you, mate? So she is now, God man, she's best part of 9, I guess. Aren't you, mate? So she's really, they went to the clippers yesterday, so they're looking very bonny and all lovely and tidy. And then Hallie, the terrorist here, so she was actually spayed just over 10 days ago. Now, we had it done by keyhole, and she's doing really well. We had it done by keyhole so that we could try and get her back. We were really worried that she would be a bit bouncy, and if she had a big scar she'd end up damaging herself. So she did really well. She was on restricted duties for a week or so, and now we're out. We're still not going too far. We won't take her on too big a walk today. But yeah, she's all done. You may ask, why did we get a spay? She's such a beautiful dog, so well bred. I mean, her father was a champion at Crufts. So you think, well, why don't you have puppies? Well, the simple answer to that is, if we bred from Hallie, first things first, I'm not massively keen on the thought of some big dog having his way with her. But however many puppies came out, we'd end up keeping them all. There's just no way we'd find ourselves able to sell the puppies on. But the pups are in good form. They keep us on our toes and they give us joy every single day. What are you doing? You shouldn't be jumping. Be calm. Don't be a nut job. Yeah, teach your sister some chill out. Okay, I can hear the questions coming in. Am I going to do another daily vlog? No, I'm not. And the reason I'm not is because even though we're only in the kind of first day of lockdown, it feels very, very different for a couple of reasons. Reason number one is the restrictions allow me to go out and do my filming as long as I adhere to all of the various COVID security measures and all of that kind of stuff. So I can get out there and do what I was doing before. Press teams, certainly the press teams I've spoken to so far, are continuing to run. So at the moment I've got an Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio that actually goes back today, but I've got the Giulia Quadrifoglio coming in a couple of weeks' time, and I've had a conversation with Alfa Romeo and they are still running their press teams. They deliver cars in a different way now. They used to typically drop a car off and then the person would get the train to the next delivery. Now they're running chase cars, so 2 cars arrive, drop one off and off they go. But again, very kind of COVID secure drop off. Everything's sanitized, everything's clean, so there's lots of precautions in place, but it still means I can get access to press cars. And also, at the moment anyway, the lockdown is only 4 weeks long and I've got a couple of weeks of online training, my other part of my business, to keep me busy. So I may well dig into the archive and get out a couple of peddlers rides, because we've still got some peddlers rides footage that we could do, because that doesn't take too much time, so I might well do that. But I don't plan to do a daily vlog. In terms of looking forward, what I'd like to do, what I really want to try and do is always bring this mix of cars, new cars to market, normally the kind of drivers or performance oriented end of the car market, but also what has done quite well on the channel are the owners' cars, the modified cars, the things that are a little bit different, that there might only be one of them around. Oh, look at that sunshine, lovely, jubbly, and there might only be one of them around. So I want to try and keep doing that. So, you know, I've been approached by lots of car owners saying, look, would you like to come and drive my car? And I'm going to try and get as many of those on the channel as I can. Now we've got a bit of elevation gain going on here and it's a bit more exposed, so apologies for the wind noise. Very quickly, I've got to talk about masks or not. I find it really, really interesting, the polarization I get. Simple fact at the moment, as a car YouTuber, if I do a video and I don't wear a mask in a car when I'm in a car with somebody else, I get grief in the comments. If I do a video and I'm in a car with someone else and I wear a mask, I get grief in the comments. So my simple default is, I am not a COVID conspiracy theorist. It's real, it's out there, and we need to take precautions. Government guidance needs to be followed, and I feel a sense of responsibility to do the right thing. And therefore, whether you like it or not, if I'm in a car with someone else, I am going to wear a mask. If I am outside of the car, I am going to adhere to social distancing and I am not going to wear a mask. It's not difficult. Really isn't. And some of the comments, you honestly, I know whenever I quite like answering back and biting back, and inspired by James Blunt, I think he's got some of the best comebacks ever. I quite enjoy it, and some people, oh, don't bite, don't rise to them, don't bite to them. I don't, but I do find it quite frustrating. We're all battling our way through. All of the YouTube creators I know are battling our way through what the right thing to do is. None of us like wearing a mask in a car. It's terrible for audio. Clearly there are some some of my followers who might be hard of hearing and who are using things like lip reading and stuff, so it's terrible for them, but I've got no choice at the moment, and I don't think that's going to change for quite some time, so I'm afraid you're going to have to get used to it. The beetle video was a really good case in point. I think that did really well in the States, and I got lots and lots of comments about why am I wearing a mask. The simple reason is in the UK I'm trying to do the right thing by government guidance, and I will wear a mask in a car, so if you don't like it, tough. Look, we've got to the top. Well, halfway to the top, as far as we're going today anyway. Look at that. We're not going to go all the way to the top today, but this is our little walk that we do most mornings, and it's such a beautiful view. You can't see in the mist over there. You've got kind of Goodwood Motor Circuit and Goodwood House, and you can pan all the way round, and then the other side of those hedges and stuff, you've got the Isle of Wight and Portsmouth. It's a stunning, stunning view up here, and the girls love it. They have a really good sniff trying to find deer and pheasants and anything that they can chase, basically. Thought we might just keep walking up the hill a little bit more. The final thing I wanted to talk about is just to test the water a little bit and see what you guys think. Clearly, as a collective, we call ourselves the peddlers, and for me that's always had two meanings. A great driver, you always say he's a great peddler, but also quite a few of you, like me, are bike fans. Any excuse to buy carbon fibre and all that. So I'm currently having some discussions around a series of videos around bikes, push bikes. So if you would like to see more of that on the channel, don't worry, the channel isn't going to become a cycling channel, but for me there's a really interesting link between people who like fast cars and people who like bikes. Don't get me wrong, I also know there's a whole thing about people who like cars absolutely hating cyclists, but we don't hate anybody on this channel. This is as far as I'm going to walk today, I think, because that view is simply sensational. But yeah, so let me know, what do you think about a bit more bike content, because I reckon that could be quite interesting. I'm going to do this so you can actually see me. I hope you enjoyed this little dog walk. The last thing I want to say is times are tough at the moment. I think we all know that. We're all worrying about not only the kind of health emergency that's going on, but the impact that has on the economy, on jobs. Some of you might have lost your job, some of you might be worrying about the long-term security of your job. And I know, so far anyway, thankfully I've been very, very lucky. But I know many of you haven't been that lucky. And I think we all just need to make sure that over the coming months, as we go through the winter and things are bound to get harder, that we just stay kind, that we talk, we don't hold things in or bottle things in. Because when you bottle things in, there's no escape. It's like having a bottle of champagne and shaking it up. Eventually the cork's going to pop off the top. Talk to people, reach out to people. You know, we might have to use virtual means, Zoom calls, phone calls, but try and do that as much as we can. Be kind to people. Don't you know, be hateful. Don't do nasty things and say nasty things in the comment section on videos, because at the end of the day it all matters. And I'm not preaching to anybody, but I just think it's really super important that we look after each other. But anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed this one. It's been fab taking you on a dog walk, but if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol for plenty more content to come, and I'll see you on the next film guys. But you take care, stay safe.